This is WLTW, New York's Christmas station, Lite FM.
It's time for the Christmas Light at Night. Hi, I'm Delilah. Come on in out of the blustery wind and cold and warm up with us. I've got Christmas songs, I've got listener letters and email messages and stories and sentiments to warm your soul right up on this cold December night. Right now, we're going to start off the show by going to the phone lines, 1-800-222-1067, and sharing your wonderful Christmas messages. Hi, you've called Delilah. Who's this?
Hi, this is Rose from the Bronx. How you doing?
I am good. What can I do for you tonight, Rose?
Listen, Delilah, I have a very special friend of mine that's been there through thick and thin. We separated for years, and we reunited 4 years ago, and she helped me up an awful lot. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today.
And what is your friend's name?
Kitty.
So you and Kitty, did you have a falling out or you just kind of lost touch?
We lost touch.
How did you find your friend again?
We found it through a funeral home.
Really?
Yes.
So did you both lose someone you loved?
Yes, a very close friend of ours. We just reunited in a funeral home. Crazy, right? Crazy,
but how cool that your friend that you both loved brought you back together.
Yeah, that's so true. And she's really special to me. I mean, she made dreams of mine come true.
Like what?
Well, I had a dream of opening up my own business, and she gave me the ambitions to do that. And I opened my own business, and if it wasn't for her to believe in me, I wasn't be able to do that today.
So she's more than a friend. She's an encourager. She's a supporter.
Oh, definitely.
And what's your friend that you lost that brought you two back together?
Helene.
I will play a song for her too, just to let her know as she's in heaven, God is doing miracles through her on earth.
Thank you so much. Could you also let Kitty know that I care very much for her, and thank you so much for letting me have what I have for today?
I will. Good night, honey.
Good night, Delilah. Bye-bye.
This hour of Christmas music is sponsored by Bigelow Tea. When I need to take a moment for myself this season, my go-to is Bigelow's Benefits line. It's designed with ingredients to help you sleep or to relieve stress. It's good for you. Enjoy the holiday music and a delicious cup of Bigelow tea and take a moment just for you. Thank you for being with us tonight as we celebrate the holidays. Tell us your Christmas story.
When my middle son was in second grade in Cub Scouts, for our pack service project, I went down to the post office and got some Santa Claus letters.
Santa Claus letters?
Right. The post office has hundreds of them, and so we would go down and get some and then fulfill the Santa Claus wishes and take the things back to the post office. And then they would get them to whom the letter had been written, because some had return addresses and some didn't.
Okay.
So one year, this particular year, the one letter that really touched my heart, this letter was from a 9-year-old boy, and he asked for a pair of gloves and boots for his mother, a doll for his little sister, and a set of sheets for his bed. So I decided this was a letter for our scout pack to act on, and at the monthly meeting, I said I was going to read them a letter from a little boy their age. And so I read them the letter, and the room, there was about 60 boys and their parents. It just went stone cold, silent for about 30 seconds. Nobody could believe that's all this child was asking for. So at the end of the night, they came back as a total group, and they decided that they were going to adopt this family and this little boy for Christmas. And they raised money on their own, and they raised it as dens. And they not only provided the items on the list, but they went further than that. And one of the groups got a tree. They all made decorations. They made cookies, candies. And in cash, they had put together over $50.
Who do you think that transformed more? The little boy who was blessed by their generosity and their caring, or each person in that scout troop that gave unselfishly and learned what it means to sacrifice?
Well, I'm definitely, it affected the boys in the troop because they just didn't have any idea. And even my youngest son now, pointing to the pile of gifts, that's not what Christmas is. He says Christmas is just being with other people and helping them and just spreading good cheer.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
This is Rosie. How are you doing?
Rosie, I'm good. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I'm calling about my lovely husband of 13 years, going on 14, and my high school sweetheart. And we have 3 children, and I just wanted to tell him how much I love him. His birthday's coming up, and I just want to give him a shout-out.
What's his name?
Michael Davis.
So you've loved Michael since you were how old?
Oh, God, 16.
And at 16 years old, he made you giddy and gave you butterflies. Yes. Does he still do that?
Yes, he does.
He still
always
makes you happy in your heart when you think about him?
Oh, yes, I do.
Is he as cute today as he was when you were 16?
Well, no, not really, but in my heart, he's always cute. He's gonna kill me, Delilah.
Oh well, we'll just say that what he's lost in that youthful vigor and hair, he's gained in charm. How's that?
You know what? Yes, and you know what too? It's not even about the looks; it's the person, and he is a wonderful person, and I love him.
Till death do you part.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I would bet if Michael were on the phone and I asked him that, he'd say, you look hotter than you looked back then.
Well, maybe.
Let me play a good song for both of you. God bless you.
Thank you, Delilah.
Tonight's Delilah's Dilemma sponsor is Crepe Erase. Is your skin giving away your age? This is a great product discovery for just that. Crepe Erase is the key to your skin looking younger and healthier. Your skin will soak in up to 72 hours of hydration. And hydration is so important to healthy skin. For a limited time, Crepe Erase will give you 2 free gifts with purchase and free shipping. Get Crepe Erase today and show off your smoother, healthier looking skin. Visit crepeerase.com/holiday to discover how you can save 25%. That's CREPE erase.com/holiday. Tonight's Delilah's Dilemma says, I'm 21 and I've always had, quote, different relationships. Notice the word different there. The men I have dated are older than me, the late 30s or early 40s. They're either married, separated, or divorced. My relationships, if you want to call them that, have always been hidden like dirty little secrets. I guess I've never really had a problem with this type of relationship until recently. I've always had guy friends that I could bring to family functions because my boyfriends wouldn't attend. But now I'm dating a man that I love with all my heart. I would never want to put him in a situation that would put his family, mostly his son, at risk. However, I hate having to hide everything with him, and I always feel alone in a crowded room because I never know who might be around, so I can't act as if I'm in love. I hate not being able to go out on a date. I hate not being able to sit at his place or mine and cuddle. He says he is only staying in his marriage with his wife or his sons. And his friends tell me how happy he is now that we're together. But I get stuck going home alone at the end of the day. What do I do? Please help me. From Secondhand Rose. I will have my response to you coming up next. You're listening to Delilah.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Tonight's Delilah's Dilemma is from a young woman, 21 years old, who has only been involved with men who are committed to somebody else. And now she's in love with such a man who's married. And my question, Secondhand Rose, is this. What has happened to you in your young life that you don't value yourself, that you despise yourself? Something happened, and I would guess it was probably in the first 5 or 10 years of your life, that gave you the idea that you have no worth, that you are worth nothing more than being somebody's dirty little secret. Real love, true love, isn't a secret. When a man loves you and wants to be with you, he'll stand on top of the Empire State Building and scream to the world how much he loves you. It doesn't have to be hidden. It doesn't have to be a secret. So instead of giving you advice about your relationship, I'm going to say, please talk to somebody, a professional, a friend, a pastor, a priest, somebody that can help you get to the bottom of this self-loathing you have, so that you can respect yourself and say, you know what? If you want to spend time with me, then you're going to be good to me. You're going to love me. You're going to come home to Christmas with me. You're going to plan a future with me, and you are going to be there for me. That's what you need.
Happy holidays. 106.7 Lite FM.
Songs and requests, dedications, songs of hope and inspiration, songs to remind you of what's really important in life. The things that are important in life aren't things at all. No, indeed. The things that are important in life are peace, harmony, respect. What happened to respect? I don't know what happened to respect the last few years, but boy, people have been disrespecting each other in such an unkind way. Respect, honesty, integrity, caring more about the hearts of others than you care about being right. I want you to care. And not just care in your heart, but care in your actions. Care and share. I am here each and every night to remind you that faith, hope, and love, the greatest of these is love. Love one another. I am here to encourage you to do that in a real, tangible way. You're listening to Delilah.
Your soundtrack for the holiday season. WLTW, New York's 106.7 Lite FM.
Hi, who's this?
This is Aisha.
Aisha, what can I do for you?
Hi, Della. I'm so excited to talk to you. I've listened to your show for so long. I wanted to possibly dedicate a song. I just got engaged 2 weeks ago to a wonderful, wonderful man. And we were in the car, and we were listening to a radio station, and I just took the chance of maybe calling and you picking up.
What's this wonderful, wonderful man's name?
Paul.
And how did Paul propose?
Well, it was after work. We'd been talking about it for a while. This is both our second marriage, and he just got down on one knee, and people always told me that, you know, when you meet the right person, you'll know, and I never believed them, but I do now.
Stephen, hi, this is Delilah.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
My wife, Suzanne, and my 5-month-old son. They are quite a remarkable part of my life. My wife and I met when I was at my emotional rock bottom at 19. I was lost. I had no future, no direction, no nothing, no God, no love. And then she opened up her heart and she showed me the most warm, tender, unconditional love despite myself. And she's just really remarkable and tender and kind-hearted and so giving of herself. And here we are 12 years later after dating for 3 years and almost 9 years of marriage. And we have a son, and my life's been so much better since then.
So you've been married 9 years?
Yes.
And this is your first child?
Yeah.
How did that change your universe?
That changes it for the better. I mean, it's like just when I thought that I was receiving all the love that I could conceivably have, all of a sudden I get more. You know, it's like it's really something. It's like,
What's your baby's name, Stephen?
Anthony.
Isn't it? I don't know if this happened to you, but isn't it amazing to look at that little angel and wonder, how did I live before he was here?
Oh, definitely.
When God gave me my firstborn child, I looked at him and I just thought, how did I ever breathe before I had him?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's exactly the same way here. It's like I wake up every day and I'm just in awe.
Good evening, New York City. Christmas music is here. And so is the return of my 12 stockings of Christmas sweepstake. Yes, indeedy. You can find out all the information at lightfm.com, keyword Delilah. See how we'll be kicking it off tomorrow. Plus, you'll see all the other little goodies I've lined up this Christmas season as we present my 12 stockings of Christmas sweepstakes here on The Light at Night. We'll be back. You're listening to Delilah.
Bells will be ringing.
At Light FM, it's beginning to sound a lot like Christmas.
It's a Christmas miracle.
I love holiday music. I've already started listening to holiday music. I love it.
We're playing all Christmas music all day, every day on Light FM.
And that means it is the beginning of Christmas.
Your soundtrack for the holiday season.
You know, it's great.
This is the Christmas Light at Night, here on New York's Christmas music station, 106.7 Lite FM. I'm Delilah. Tune in to Lite FM on Thursday, December 15th, for our Hope for the Holidays Radiothon, benefiting Hassenfeld Children's Hospital at NYU Langone. Give $20 a month and be a bright light for kids on December 15th. And just a little reminder, the night before, on Wednesday, December 14th, our entire Christmas Light at Night program will be dedicated to the kids at Hassenfeld. And you can learn all about the amazing work they're doing and pledge to help as well. All the details are at lightfm.com, and it's all brought to you by DeLonghi and Ridgewood Savings Bank. Thank you from New York's Christmas station, 106.7 Lite FM. And, of course, all of us here at the Christmas Light at Night. We'll be back, New York City. You're listening to Delilah.
Merry Christmas. 106.7 Lite FM.
BetterHelp is our Delilah Dilemma sponsor tonight. This company, BetterHelp, makes therapy easy, affordable, and convenient. Match with a licensed therapist within days and message them anytime. Schedule weekly sessions from the comfort of your home on your schedule. Join over 2 million people who have used BetterHelp online therapy. Get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/lovesongs. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/lovesongs. Tonight's Delilah's Dilemma is from somebody named Isabella. She says, my dilemma is I'm currently in a one-sided marriage and I'm unsure what to do. On one hand, I love my husband, but I feel like he doesn't love me. He won't talk to me about anything anymore. We have 3 beautiful children. I don't want them to think that their daddy doesn't love them, but I don't think my heart can take not being loved. What do I do? Do you have any advice? Indeed, I do, young lady, and I will have my words of wisdom coming up for you next. You're listening to Delilah. Tonight's Delilah's Dilemma is from a 30-year-old woman who has spent half of her life longing for love and validation from her father. And Kristen, you're not going to like what I have to say. It's not what you want to hear. You want a magic formula. You want an incantation you can say that is going to change your father's heart, make him open his eyes and go, oh my gosh, I've got an amazing daughter. That's not going to happen, Kristen. You cannot earn somebody's love. Earned love isn't love at all. You are enough. And it's not that you're broken or not good enough for your father to love. He is broken. It's not your fault that he's broken, but he is. I don't know what happened to your dad, but I know his heart, his mind, his soul was broken, probably as a child. And as a result, he does not have any love to share. He is not capable of connections. It's not your fault. But just because he doesn't see your worth doesn't mean you don't have great worth. It means he can't see it. Just because he isn't validating you doesn't mean you're not valuable. You are. There are people in this world that want to love you and be connected to you, but they're not your dad. I am sorry that he is so broken, but the sooner you realize that you are lovable, that you are valuable, as soon as you realize that and let go of the need for this man to validate you, you're going to shine. You're going to be able to fly. You're going to be able to spread your wings and fly. You say you wish your dad could just see you for who you really are. I wish you could just see you for who you really are. And you are enough.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Yeah. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, all troubles will be miles away. Hey, oh, here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days. Oh, yeah. Faithful, faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we'll be together. If the fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest away, no. Heaven now. Merry Christmas. 106.7 Lite FM.
Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday night. How was your day today? Did you get a lot accomplished? Do you still have that list? That things I need to get done list? You know what's funny? I used to have that list, and all night long, even while I was on the air, even while I was doing this show, all night long I would be mentally making little check marks on the list, and then I would be mentally beating myself up because I didn't get enough done. Because I felt like there wasn't enough of me to go around. And guess what? There's not. But beating myself up accomplishes nothing. If you are beating yourself up right now because you've got a lot of things to do and no time to do it, that's not going to help anything. Instead, give yourself a little break. Why don't you? Take a breath, relax and unwind. I will be here to keep you company all night long. You're listening to Delilah.
Your soundtrack for the holiday season. WLTW, New York's 106.7 Lite FM.
Hi, welcome to the Delilah Show. Who is this?
My name's Luca.
Hi, Luca. What can I do to add a note of joy to your autumn night?
Well, I was going to see if you could pick out a song for me and this girl I've been talking to.
All right. Who are you thinking of? Who are you talking to?
Her name is Cameron, and she's amazing. Just everything about her is just so mesmerizing.
Okay, so for Luca and Cameron, is there a song that you're thinking of, one that's playing over and over and over in your head, or you want me to find one?
I'd like for you to pick one out. Just see how you would, interpret young love in a song, you know?
Well, you said she's amazing.
Yeah.
Top 3 qualities that you find most amazing.
Her eyes, her voice, and it's hard to pick just a few things because she's just amazing.
So right now, you are so smitten, you can't even think straight.
Yeah.
I call that being bit by the love bug.
Yeah.
It's like, when you get bit by a spider, only a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I'll find a good song for you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Have yourself
Crystal, hi. Thank you for calling. This is Delilah.
Hi, Delilah.
What can I do for you tonight, my darling? Do you have a favorite Christmas tradition to share with us?
I sure do. It's a tradition with me and my mom that we've done since I was a little girl. Every year, one weekend out of the month of December, we would get together and make over 1,000 cookies.
Oh, my word.
We would do buñuelos, the wedding cookies, we did everything. And so every year we would make over 1,000 cookies, and we would pack them up in trays, because when I worked, and now, she works now, we worked in the medical field. Of course, we had doctors all over. So we would make them cookie doughs and pass them out to them. Then my aunts and uncles would start bringing us trays, and we'll make them trays for all their employees or their bosses, whatever they wanted. And it's just one mother and daughter tradition we used to do every year.
1,000 cookies, and you wrapped them up and blessed hundreds of people with them.
Yes.
Well, I love the wedding cookies, so don't forget to make those.
Yes, that's one of the things that we sure get sugar all over the place.
Yep, the powdered sugar.
Yes, those are everyone's favorite.
You have a wonderful holiday, Crystal. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
106.7 Lite FM.
Hi, Nancy. What can I do for you tonight?
I need to request a song to a gentleman that I fell in love with. I don't know if where his head is at right now. We were talking and getting along quite well for the last 2 years, and now there's no response to returning phone calls or emails or anything like that.
I would say he's telling you loud and clear where his head is at then.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't forget him, and you can't seem to have closure, and you can't move on, and you just wish that things were different or that he would give you an explanation that would give you closure, but he won't. Accept that reality and go for a walk, go for a hike, go with your girlfriends, go buy some Ben & Jerry's, go to a movie, go to a park, volunteer, live your life, and don't try to figure that part out right now.
So it's okay to just continue to move on.
You don't really have a choice, hon.
Yeah.
You can stay stuck and stay miserable or move on and heal your heart.
Thank you.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
If you were listening a few minutes ago, you heard tonight's letter, tonight's Delilah dilemma, and this is what my response is. I'm not really sure that there's anything you can do. He's committed to someone else and has a family with someone else. So there's really no option for anything you can do. If you're asking me, should you wait and put your heart in the icebox for a few more years in the hopes that he might someday come back? If that's what you choose to do because you still love him, there's really no choice, is there? Sometimes when you love somebody that much, it's not a matter of letting go. You can't let go. There's like a connection that's there that you can try to sever with an axe or a pitchfork or a chainsaw, and there's no way to sever that bond because your hearts, your souls were so much one. And even though he is connected to somebody else, that love connection between the two of you still exists. So if you're happy in your life and you are successful and you feel satiated and satisfied, there's nothing to do but enjoy his friendship. If you're unhappy and you want a partner in your life, then you're going to have to realize that in choosing a partner, you're going to have to let go a little bit, somehow, of your ex-husband. But I don't think there's anything that you really can control in this situation. He's moved on. He has a daughter, and I don't know if he's married to the baby's mom or if they're just cohabitating, but he has a family. And that's his choice. That's his reality. And if you're comfortable with that and still love him, then love him without strings attached.
Happy holidays, 106.7 Lite FM.
Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Welcome aboard. How are you this evening?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I hear you have a wonderful Christmas tradition to share with me.
Yes. My sister and I, her and her husband live down the street, and they come over for dinner probably about once a week. You know, the four of us are all very close. And one night in particular, it was probably, just after Thanksgiving, and the boys were out doing their thing, and I was home with my girls, and my sister had come over, and she helped me decorate my house and my Christmas tree, and we sat down at the kitchen table, just lit by all the Christmas lights, nothing else, and we sat down, and we were drinking some wine and listening to your show, and every Christmas song that came on we just would start to, tear up and get emotional, and we just kind of reminisce about our childhood, and we just had such a wonderful night. It was just, just full of memories and just being silly and all that. And so we decided that every year we were going to do that, and sure enough, this year we did. We sat down, they came over, and we decorated my house again, and we did the same thing. And the difference was that this year, something terrible had happened to my husband this summer. He was involved in a very bad fall, and miraculously, he is okay. So that was one of the things that we were just counting our blessings this year, that thank God, that he's okay, and that 4 of us were together again. And
so all those songs, all those stories, all those memories mean even 1,000 times more.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We were sitting there saying to ourselves, as bad as it was that it happened over the summer, could you imagine if it happened now, over the holiday season? And the fact that I have him here and he's okay, and, my girls have their dad back, and it's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle, and
Yep.
I'm so glad I could be a part of it here on the show.
Oh, we're glad too.
Oh, you go count your blessings and have a wonderful Christmas. God bless you, sweetie.
You too.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I got a cute letter from Charlie, who says, I wanted to let you know, Delilah, how special it is having you in our home at night. I've been with my better half for 4 years now, and 7 months ago we had a beautiful baby girl named Ashley. About 4 months ago we moved into a new home. We were tired of renting. Ashley was having some problem adjusting to her new environment. We tried a lot of things to calm our baby down for bedtime, a water fountain. We tried rocking her. We tried the radio. I was beginning to think there might be a serious problem as she was so fussy. One night while flipping through the channels on the radio, trying to find some soft music for her, I heard the music on your show. Within minutes, baby Ashley was asleep and stayed that way the entire night. Although we've not tested it since, Ashley does not go to bed without your show on the radio. I wanted to say thank you and thought you'd like to know that you've touched the hearts of my baby girl and her increasingly less tired parents. Keep up the good work. We'll be listening. From Charlie.
Forever.com is our Christmas music sponsor tonight. If you're online tonight while the radio's on, see all the beautiful Christmas card ideas they have. Pick the right one for your family to send. They help you design and print your cards. They'll even print your envelopes too. And that's the first of many, many wonderful things Forever is to every family that relies on them. Get to know Forever at forever.com.
I received this amazing story from a man named Michael, and the story is called The Missing Husband. I wasn't convinced that it was true at first, but after becoming friends with Michael, I know that this is a true story, and I think it will touch your heart. Michael writes, Dear Delilah, many people have asked me if I play Santa because of my white hair and my long beard. In early November in 1967, in plain street clothes, I was in a department store, window shopping for possible Christmas gifts. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a young woman watching me. At first, I thought nothing of it. Many people stare at my white hair and my beard. Finally, the lady came up to me and addressed me as Santa. Softly, she confided, Santa, I need to talk to you for a moment. It's real important. She reached into her purse and retrieved 3 aged letters explaining, I know it sounds silly for a grown woman to still believe in Santa Claus, and I'm not sure how I really believe, but I need your help.
These are letters I wrote to you for the last 3 years, but I had no idea how to get them to you. You see, my husband, a journalist, was on his way to cover the Vietnam War back in the summer of 1963 when his plane disappeared a few hours after takeoff. They assumed that the plane and everyone on board went down in the Pacific somewhere. We had only been married 6 months when he took that trip. And my heart knows that he's still alive somewhere. I've kept all the birthday, anniversary, and Christmas presents, waiting to give them to him in person, but no one can find him. She sobbed as she continued, I don't know what you can do, but I had to ask for your help. Whoever you are, will you please help me? I got her name and address, the name of her husband, and a copy of one of his pictures. I told her that I would not forget her or her husband, and that I would do all that I could. I was surprised that she, after 4 years, had not remarried, as many other war wives had done. With rivers of tears plummeting down her cheeks, she declared, with unending commitment, eternity is not over yet. I knew from the start that I would love him throughout all eternity, and I promised him so. For some, love like that comes but once. Then she simply walked away. I carried that young man's tattered picture with me everywhere I went. I checked with countless authorities, but I couldn't find out any more information. I was determined not to give up, no matter how long it took. By December 18th of the same year, I was in Manila in the Philippines for a series of speaking and singing engagements. After a charity concert, a medical friend of mine invited me to his home on the eastern coast. He wanted his patients to be able to see Santa Claus. While there, he told me of a young man who had been washed up onto the shore years ago, and he had had amnesia ever since. They had no idea who he was. It took only one look at him for me to realize he was the missing husband. When I called him by his name, his face lit up and his amnesia disappeared. He quickly explained how his plane had developed engine trouble over the Philippine Sea and he went down into the ocean. Somehow he got out of the plane and drifted for a few days, floating on the seat cushion. Spared the dangers of the predatory sea creatures, he washed up onto the shore and was attended by the hospital from that point on. Even with his amnesia now gone, it all seemed like a bad dream. When I told him my story, he cried bitterly. He wanted to get word to his wife as soon as possible, but I suggested a different plan. I made all the necessary arrangements and then had him join me on my trip back home. On Christmas Eve, I knocked at the wife's front door, and when she answered, she was surprised to see me again, this time in my full red suit. Then I reached just past the door and pulled her missing husband into the light. The young wife cut loose with a scream of joy. And they both kissed and kissed and kissed as they both cried, falling down on their knees from the intense emotions. They had 3 children. The first was named Christopher, after Kris Kringle, and they now have 7 grandchildren. As for me, they call me Grandpa Santa, even though they know my real name. So, who's on your heart tonight? Maybe someone you saw this past weekend. Maybe your sweetheart was in town, and maybe you're missing them now. If there's someone special that you got to spend time with this weekend, or maybe you just wish that you could have spent time with them this weekend, call me and tell me, and I'll see if I can't find a song to bridge that distance, to keep you close together, tied heart to heart. Something to think about on this Monday night as we slip through the night together. We'll be back. You're listening to Delilah. I hope you've taken the time during the crazy holiday seasons to reach out and bless someone. No matter how tough times are for you, there's somebody less fortunate. Even if you have no financial resources, there's somebody that could just use a hug, that could use an hour of your time, that could use a smile, an encouraging word, a hand up. If you're feeling empty and drained, I guarantee you this. If you will take the focus off of your needs and your situation and put it on somebody else, even if just for an hour, suddenly they'll be blessed and you'll be blessed, and you won't feel nearly as drained. It seems like it would work the opposite. It seems like if you're weary and empty and drained and feeling sorry for yourself, that if you took the time to help somebody else, you'd be more drained. But it doesn't work that way. Somehow, when you take the focus off of yourself and off of what you don't have, and you put it on helping someone else, suddenly you feel much more filled, much more fulfilled, and so does the other person. Something to think about tonight. Thank you for joining me. You're listening to Delilah.
Happy holidays from Delilah.
Hi, welcome aboard. You've called The Delilah Show on New York's Light at Night. Who is this?
Hi, this is Mark.
Hi, Mark. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well, a little bit on the sad side, though.
Why is your heart sad, honey?
Me and my girlfriend just had a pretty big fight the other day, and I just wanted to call on the radio and see if I could dedicate a song.
So we're doing a grovel song.
Yeah.
We are groveling to who?
To Jeannie.
And what do we want to tell Jeannie?
I want to tell her that she's my best friend, and I'm sorry about what we were fighting about. And
what are we fussing at each other over?
We've been having some issues, actually. We've been together about 7 years now. Just a lot of old problems, I guess. It's kind of piled up a little bit. We need to take care of if we want to make things work.
So a lot of stuff that you've swept under the rug, and now it's coming to the surface, and you got to deal with it.
Got to deal with it, yeah. And some words were said that, pretty much meant the end of our relationship, and I just want to let her know that, if there's a glimmer of hope, I'm hoping still.
Now, was she the one saying these things to end the relationship, or did they come out of your face?
I think they came out of both of us. Probably I started it.
So you started, your anger got the best of you and started your mouth running before your heart caught up.
Exactly.
I hate it when that happens.
I know.
My mouth just takes off. It's just like a racehorse, and it just takes off running before I can get control of it. And then I'm like, oh, I can't believe I said that.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
That's why the tongue is the hardest thing to tame.
Yeah.
So you need I would give anything to take those words back. I want to work on this. I love you, baby song.
Yeah, and I miss her a lot.
I think I could do that for you.
Awesome. I'd really appreciate that, Delilah.
Good luck, honey.
Okay, I love your show, by the way.
Bye-bye.
I'll have a blue.
Light FM.
Light FM.
Tonight's Delilah's Dilemma is from a listener who's been married for 3 years, and her husband's adult children are abusive and lying. The problem isn't your husband's adult children. Your problem is your husband. If he loved you and respected you, he would never tolerate someone talking to you like this. If you have done nothing to deserve being lied about or verbally assaulted and abused and cursed, then your husband, honey, has no backbone. That's the problem, not his children. He either needs to grow a backbone and be there for the woman he loves, or you need to take a serious look at this marriage and ask yourself, does this guy even like me, let alone love you? Because I wouldn't allow my adult children to talk to a friend of mine like that, let alone somebody that supposedly is my partner in life. So you need to take a hard look at that. Stop putting the focus on them and ask yourself why your husband is allowing you to be abused. It's It's just about time to turn out the lights here on the Light at Night at the end of a long, long day. Right now, more of the city's favorite Christmas music continues all night long, right here on Lite FM. And do me a favor, think about how you can give back this holiday season and every season, and take some time to slow down and love someone. Good night.
Christmas is in the air.
I can feel it.
And Christmas music is on air.
The holiday music station.
106.7 Lite FM.